Hey everyone, and welcome to Bite Size Tactics. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Bladeguard Veteran Squad, the combat technicians for the Space Marines. The Bladeguard Veteran Squad still have a very similar profile to most Space Marine infantry units, at a movement of 6 inches, a toughness of 4, a 3 plus armor save, and a 6 plus leadership with an objective control of 1, but where they differ is their 4 plus invulnerable save stacked with a 3 plus armor save, and most infantry units do not have that invulnerable save. A unit will consist of one sergeant and either 2 or 5 Bladeguard veterans, depending on your unit size, and a unit of 3 will cost 90 points, while a unit of 6 will cost 180 points. Starting with the keywords, the infantry keyword is important for abilities and stratagems in the game. The grenades keyword allows this unit to use the grenades stratagem. The tacticus keyword is important for transports, which ones they can embark and disembark from. And finally, the Bladeguard Veteran Squad keyword is important for their first company task force detachment. For abilities, the Bladeguard Veteran Squad has one named after them, Bladeguard. So at the start of the fight phase, this unit can choose one of two options. They can reroll a hit roll of 1, this is Swords of the Chapter, or reroll an invulnerable save of 1, this is Shields of the Chapter. Every Bladeguard veteran is equipped with a heavy bolt pistol. This has the pistol ability, so they can shoot in combat. At strength 4, -1 AP and 1 damage, it's just really there to help get some wounds off of those infantry units before engaging in combat. They're also equipped with a master-crafted power weapon. Now this is really great when dealing with infantry units, with 4 attacks at strength 5, -2 AP and 2 damage. However, the sergeant can exchange their heavy bolt pistol for a neo-volkite pistol or a plasma pistol. So the neo-volkite pistol gives you the devastating wounds ability, but the plasma pistol is stronger, has more AP, and does more damage. Even though the Bladeguard veteran squads are combat technicians, they're still only reliable against infantry units, and you will need stratagems or some sort of ability to be able to wound higher toughness models. They are also a one-dimensional unit in that they only really possess combat prowess and they don't have any ranged weapons, except for their heavy bolt pistols. It's also a unit that you probably won't be scoring a lot of points with because you want them to be impactful in the game while damaging your opponent's units and taking away their mission-playing infantry units. Also, with no ability to advance and charge and no assault weapons, again that really impacts how they can score points, but it also impacts how they move around the board and makes them quite slow. So you do need to be careful of your movement in your movement phase. Also, any anti-infantry weapons with devastating wounds can be quite hazardous to this unit, and so can mortal wounds, as you do not have a feel no pain to avoid any of those wounds coming in. Also, I do think a weakness of the unit is that it's quite a small unit, especially for one that's meant to be quite heavy hitting. And they are heavy hitting to give them credit, so they are great in combat against those infantry units and can slaughter them quite efficiently. They do have some decent durability as a infantry unit with an invulnerable save and 3 wounds per model. And if you really needed to, they can hold up tougher enemy models for a turn or two with that invulnerable save and possibly even rerolls. So this could be quite a good charge block. There's also some really good characters that can join this unit and make them much more effective. Also, even though their small unit size to me is a weakness, it can work well with transports such as the Impulsor, and with the small unit size it means you can fit multiple of these units in a transport such as the Land Raiders. So the Bladeguard Veterans mission is basically to push battle line units and other infantry units off of objectives and then protect it, while the other units support the Bladeguard Veterans in scoring points and holding that objective point. And you also want to position them where you can pull off a really big charge into an enemy unit that can either hold up or destroy them. And this can be great for those other elite combat units that your opponent will have. So there are quite a few leaders that can be in a Bladeguard Veteran Squad. The first one is the captain, and the captain can use a free battle tactic stratagem on this unit once per battle round. The lieutenant will give the unit lethal hits, and then this unit is also eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back, and this can be quite important in your turn. The chaplain will give this unit +1 to wound in melee only, but again, because it is a combat specialist unit, this can really be very important against those higher toughness enemies. The Bladeguard Ancient adds 1 to the OC of each model in the unit, and once per battle, this model can add 1 to the attack's characteristic of melee weapons until the end of the phase. So this can be quite clutch in some turns, especially if you've lost 1 or 2 Bladeguard and you need to make up for those losses. Finally, there is the Justiciar, which gives this unit the Fight First ability, and this can also be really great for making your opponent decide whether or not they want to charge this unit, and it makes it even harder if they are only a combat army such as the World Eaters or Adeptus Custodes. So for my verdict, I think this unit is great for players who really enjoy combat or want to have a very threatening unit in a balanced army list. I think this unit is better played in the Gladius Task Force, Stormlands Task Force, and the First Company Task Force detachments because they really benefit from the army rules there and the stratagems. However, I will say for myself, as a very big fan of 40k and someone who's watched a lot of different battle reports from so many different people, and I'm sure you have as well, I always see the Bladeguard Veteran Squad get picked up rather easy and very quickly, and they don't have too much of an impact. So I kind of think they're a little bit too hyped up for what they can do, but I also will admit that there are times where they just get targeted because the player will just leave this unit out in the open thinking that they can tank multiple shots, and then get upset when they find out that they cannot. Thank you all for watching this video. If you're enjoying what you're watching, feel free to like, comment, and then subscribe to then help the algorithm gods bring more people to the channel, and then hopefully it can grow quite nicely. And let me know as well if you think the Bladeguard Veteran Squad are one of the best units that you enjoy playing with, and if you've had any great success with them, or if you've played them and you've found them that they are a little bit lackluster. And again, thank you all for watching this video.